Sitting side by side in Sumner, Illinois, are two abandoned nursing homes. The Sumner Care Center for the Aged and Sick, and Pinelawn Manor for the mentally and physically disabled. We spent the night searching for paranormal activity inside Pinelawn Manor.
I'm freaking out, you guys. I'm hearing stuff all around me.
And now, we've returned to Sumner to spend the night searching for proof of hauntings inside the Sumner Care Center. That full-length investigation video will be released next week here on our YouTube channel. And as we usually do, we left cameras alone inside the haunted nursing home to see what would happen when the allegedly haunted hospital was empty. While our cameras roll across the street, we brought our only remaining camera to Pinelawn Manor to spend 1 hour investigating the terrifying building that shocked us just 1 year ago. This is Paranormal Quest UNCUT.
I want to talk.
All right, we are here. Ryan, what are we doing?
We're finally over
Wrong.
here. What are you talking about? We're finally over here inside Pinelawn Manor. Right now we have cameras set up over in the Sumner Care Center and Rehab, rolling for abandonment. And we're in this separate building, Pinelawn, the care facility they had for those with mental and physical disabilities, and what's said to be the more haunted of the two. But we've already investigated over here, so we figured while abandonment was going on, we'd give you guys a separate video here inside Pinelawn Manor. We're going to walk through and try and see if we can have any
Thank
sort
you.
of... You're welcome. Thank you. We hope you come and talk to us. We're going to run on Ghost Tube for this just because most of our equipment is tied up over in the Rehab and Care Center. Candle just went out.
I saw that. You like that candle right there?
What was that?
Sure.
If you like it, can you try and pick it up again? It'll turn back on.
Shit.
I thought it said It said ship. Now, one thing we have to be aware of with the sounds that we're hearing in here is we know for a fact when we were here at Pinelawn last year that there was a raccoon that lived in the ceilings. So if we hear any sounds, we're going to have to be definitely sure that it's not coming from the ceilings, that it's coming from somewhere else. So
Damage.
this place is pretty damaged. Yeah, it was abandoned for a while, but Tony's doing his best to try and keep it in good shape and improve it. We got a walkthrough earlier from Jason and Tony, who told us a lot about the history of Pinelawn Manor and about some of the crazy things they've experienced here.
Sit down.
So before we move on with this investigation...
Next to you.
You're next to me?
All right, we're going to sit down.
We'll sit down right here. Before we move on with the investigation, let's go ahead and cut to that walkthrough so that Tony and Jason can tell us a little bit about the things that have happened to them here.
So my name is Jason Snider, and I've been investigating paranormal occurrences for over 25 years now. And I've been doing investigations here at Pinelawn Manor for the past 10 years. My team kind of found this location, started investigating it, and started having strange things happen. That kind of led to what it is today. So I've done over 300 investigations at this location. I spent the night here by myself. I have spent numerous nights in here. So this location is extremely active. It's one of the most haunted locations that I've ever experienced anywhere. The weird thing that happens in here, obviously, is the materializing of objects and teleportation of objects getting thrown. Marbles, coins, any object really. We've got dice thrown at us, we've got rocks thrown at us, a padlock one night got thrown at us. So I mean, you name it, they could probably throw it in here. Around Christmas time, we had a Christmas tree set up right here, and they were throwing Christmas ornaments at us. They would all throughout the building, randomly they would drop. And this has all happened with like 35 people in here on a haunted tour even, so it's not people throwing them, it's not people, doing this. It comes out of nowhere. It can come out of the wall, come out of the ceiling. I've never seen anything like it, and it's boggled my mind. I try to take a scientific approach, to investigating this stuff, and it keeps me up at night. I mean, it will change your life forever. I mean, it's a life-changing event when you get this stuff happening, because you truly experience paranormal activity that you never, experienced before. And like, once you see that, you'll be ruined, because anything else isn't really paranormal. So, I mean, that's just the way it is, because like, things actually happen in here. One night I was in here around Halloween time, and I can take you and show you this real quick. He got freaked out. We came back in, he called me, and I came into the building. Didn't believe a word he was saying. He said, "Oh, it's just bleeding." I'm like, whatever. I come in here because I try to debunk everything. As I walked in, this actually formed on the wall right here in front of me. Blood started coming out of the wall right here, and you can still see it. And it spelled out what we believe now says Ivan, which was the guy next door that we were having problems with at the time. And apparently the ghosts and spirits didn't like him either, because they spelled out his name in blood on the wall. There was blood that appeared on this door down here, and Help Me appeared in blood down on the bathtub down there to that direction. And this was like, it might have been Halloween night. I have to go back and look at my files and everything, but it was right around Halloween, and there was a full moon going on. So extremely active that time period. And we've never had that happen again, never seen anything like that in here since. It was a one-night occurrence. Never happened again, and I've been in here hundreds of times since then, so I have no idea what caused that to happen that night. Pinelawn Manor shut down in 2005 because they were getting complaints and everything. The state was, they were going to shut them down due to medical malpractice. The state was fining them, and they found a patient down the road walking down Route 50 in front of Red Hill State Park, and they didn't even know he had escaped out of the building. There was multiple events that led to this location being shut down due to, bad stuff happening. So the state continued and to not fund them, and they shut down in 2005, which led it to be abandoned. And it was a hotel before it was Pinelawn Manor. So it was basically designed as a hotel before it was used as a home for the mentally disabled. But yeah, this location is extremely haunted. This was the dining area. We've had a lot of events take place in here too. Marbles falling. This is where like 30 marbles fell in one night, which I had a group of like 35 people. They started falling in this room. Just all kinds of crazy stuff. But some of the like more prominent names of this building were Susie, Deetra. There was a lady called BB or Beatrice June, and we think she might be responsible for throwing stuff. We had an event one time where we tried an experiment, and only 2 of us knew about this. We didn't tell the rest of my team or anyone. We took pennies down, what is that? Is it called the Sumner Cemetery?
Uh-huh.
The Sumner Cemetery here in town is where all the residents from the Pinelawn Manor are buried, in the back part of the cemetery. So you guys might want to visit that sometime too. But they are buried back there, some of them in graves, some of them in unmarked graves because they couldn't afford burials and tombstones at the time for them. But BB, Beatrice June, is one of the tombstones back there. We took pennies and actually numbered them, put them on all the graves there of all the residents that died and were buried in that cemetery from Pinelawn Manor here. I didn't tell anybody else other than the guy that was with me. We come back here in the building, and I asked him, eventually I said, "Hey, can you guys throw one of those objects?" And we had them all numbered. So we wrote down whose grave they were on, by number. And we didn't get anything. And as the night goes on, probably a couple hours later, I asked him again. I said, "Can you guys throw us one of those objects we left you?" And nobody else knows what I'm talking about, because we did this as an experiment. And all of a sudden, boom, this penny hits in front of us. And we look down, pick it up, and the number 14 is wrote on it. And me and the other guy about jumped out of our pants. We were freaked out. Because he was like, yeah, that's one of them from Pinelawn Manor. And he had to go look to see which one it was. And it was BB. It was Beatrice June. So I sent him and the rest of the group, told them what we had done down to the cemetery to go look at the tombstone. They go down there to the tombstone, and that penny is gone off of the tombstone.
That's nuts.
Yeah, so they transported that penny from the cemetery into Pinelawn Manor. Back here in this hallway, so I interviewed a maintenance worker that worked here back in the day, and back this hallway and to the left, there's a set of attic stairs back there that goes up into the attic. He was working here on like day 2. Went back there, went around the corner, and saw half of a full body apparition go up this ladder into the attic and disappear. And he went up there, looked, there was nobody there. It scared him so bad, he told me he came out, went into this room right here, and I'll show you real quick if you follow me. He jumped out that window right there, actually opened the window up, jumped out of the building, out that window, and never returned to work again. It's like, this is while the building was active and people were even working here, they were seeing things, so the building's been haunted, even while the workers were here back when it was still open, during, 2005 and earlier. So just paranormal occurrences, the workers' experience here was crazy, even what was going on. Some of the nurses told me down on hall 3, they would see lights come on in a particular room, and they would hear things. A telephone would ring in here and no one would be here. That was another strange occurrence that would take place here. All the nurses would go and answer it at a certain time of the night and no one would be on the other end. So just all kinds of occurrences took place. But this room's extremely active too. As you can see, the blue tape. That was actually one of the nights we were in here recently. I think this was this year. We got a marble thrown at us and I blue taped it and marked it. It would have been, looks like, yeah.
May 25th?
Yeah, I can't read it from my angle. So we got thrown. And there's one in the closet that got thrown back there. You can see the blue tape. Those are all from the same night. But there was a lot of residents here. One of them was Gordon. One of them was Herman. There was a Lyle, a Mike, Dietra, and Susie. Susie is the one that liked to carry around the dolls. And Susie would have a doll with her, and Dietra, they would fight over their dolls all the time in here. So they like to mess with the dolls, but that was Leroy's room. And when we marked a room like that, we would mark the room because we had verification that's where they passed away. So if you see names over rooms, that's where that individual actually died. So down here, though, there's a kind of a controversy or debate over which room was Ed Ernst. Ed Ernst was a male nurse here at Pinelawn Manor. And he was a real prominent figure here. Everybody liked him. The residents liked him. The people liked him. Real nice guy. We had Ed's family in here with us on investigations, trying to spark activity and weird things happen. He passed away, but he had a heart attack either in this room. I've had nurses tell me it was this room, and I've had nurses tell me it was that room. So there's kind of a debate on which room it was. We labeled it as that one. But Ed Ernst actually had a heart attack in here, and he passed away midway between here and I believe it was Vincennes in an ambulance. He was transported out of here. So he didn't actually die in the building, which is kind of a misconception of this place. But we do think he still haunts the building, because he was a prominent figure here and his death was caused by the building. He had probably a stress-related heart attack in here due to his work from the patients and, went down in here but ended up dying, in an ambulance on the way out. So still cause for a haunting,
For sure. Yeah.
We sat down. You just said a couple seconds ago, sit down next to you.
Was that you? We just heard a noise over there. If that was you, can you make that noise again?
Douglas.
Is that your name? If that's your name,
We will come.
well, we invite it. That's why we're here. We want you to. If your name's Douglas, I tell you what, that's a cool name because My middle name is Douglas. My dad's name is Douglas. It's a nice name.
Guys, as you're watching this video, if you see anything out of the ordinary that we're not seeing, make sure you leave a comment down below and let us know so we can go back and watch.
That's right. You guys are going to be partially the eyes on the review for this. We want you to tell us when you see anything out of the ordinary, hear anything out of the ordinary.
Or even if you get any feelings watching this, we know a lot of people...
Coming to get me.
Who is? I heard that. That was right beside us.
Yeah.
That definitely, it was down low too on the floor. It wasn't up high.
Someone need that wheelchair right there?
You know, our friends, Tony and Jason, told us that you like to throw stuff. And we'd love to see that.
Can you throw one of those marbles at us?
I need.
There's a marble right in here on the floor. Jason showed us this marble right here earlier. Let me see that. I want to prove to them that it's still there.
Okay.
Cellar.
There's no cellar in this building. Come on now. Don't be silly. So you can see the marble's still there. Now, Jason says you like to throw marbles. And if you really want to throw
No.
that... Oh, no. Okay, you don't have to.
I'm eternal.
Okay. You don't have to throw anything if you don't want to.
Did you hear that?
Mm-hmm. Want to go down this way?
Yeah, we're going to get back up now since you didn't sit down and do anything with us. We thought you were going to. You don't have to, but we thought you were going to.
We got the piccolo right here, an EMF music box that we'll hear if any EMF comes in contact with it. And we know that the candle is off right now. So if we come back through here and the candle's turned back on, we know that some sort of...
Device.
Yeah, that's what those are. We'll know that the candle was exposed to some sort of EMF.
Uh-huh.
If you like that candle, feel free to get near it. It'll ignite with a burning passion.
Yell.
Ah! How was that? It's like Simon.
Can you see me?
No, where are you?
Hungry.
Isn't that weird? It said, can you see me? Because that's the hallway where we got the shadow last time.
Demonic.
That is the hallway where we got... It's the room where we got the shadow. With the doll, which is right in here. This is also where Lennon got scratched. There's the doll and there's the bed where we had during abandonment the camera set up and we caught a really distinct shadow moving across that bed right there. Who was that shadow? Can you tell us? We haven't even been in this room, or we haven't been in the building until now, since we found out that we caught that. Who was that shadow? There's something in here that they believe has some sort of spirit attached to it. We don't know if you can use this box to speak to us, but we like to experiment with it to see what maybe you could possibly say through it. Can you tell me what it is that they believe is very near and dear to a certain lady in this room?
Hello.
Did you hear that? I did.
It's coming.
All right, we'd love to see whoever it is.
Can you roll a marble down this hallway?
You're welcome.
Roll one down here for us, please.
Tyler.
Did you run into something?
Mm-mm. Why?
Look at your left sleeve. Like right here. Look at that. On the camera, look at it.
Yeah. I don't think I ran
Are
into...
you from here?
No, we're not. We're visitors. I don't think I ran into this wall, although it is possible when I went through here I could have ran into this wall right here, and it is pretty spiderwebby and dirty. We're not gonna jump to any conclusions. It did look like finger marks going down my shoulder.
It looks like scratch marks, but
So, it's creepy.
Leave me alone.
All right, we'll walk down the hallway. If it wasn't me running into something, that's definitely a very, visually very creepy.
mm-hmm.
Ed! What's that? Oh, that was right on the ground down here. Ed! We come as friends. We're not here to bother anyone.
Betrayed.
Come on, come out and say something to us, or talk with us, or move a door, or throw a marble, or
Do you know?
throw a coin, or something like that at us. Just so we know you're here.
We're going to keep walking. And guys, we would normally go night vision on these, so it's dark, but all of our infrared camera lights, pretty much, except for the ones that are being used over at the care center right now, have been sent off to be repaired because they're all broken. So the only option we have is to do this lit investigation.
Yes. Shout out to Josh Bender and Deadlight for helping us out with getting those repaired.
Yes.
Cloud. Cage. I remember you.
Well, hello. Ed? You remember us? We thought we heard you laugh out here in the hallway last time we were here.
Cousin, I was hurt.
Your cousin hurt you. That's me. It was weird because we thought we heard on the microphone the sound of a laugh or someone laughing. And this is the
Chief.
And this, hold on, let me make sure. No, it wasn't me shaking it that set it off. And this right here, you came through and said laughing when our microphones caught the laughter.
Shirt.
You like our shirt?
Yell.
Ah! Or are you gonna yell? Can you do that too?
If there's anybody down this hallway and you'd like us to come to your room and talk to you, can you make a sound in whatever room you're in?
I may have heard something down here. Did you hear that?
I did not.
This right here is a picture of Ed, I believe. The man that had a heart attack while working at the Pinelawn. Passed away shortly after on the ambulance ride to the hospital. I believe that's a picture of him, if my memory serves.
I just got like a whiff of cologne.
Is it me?
No.
Hello.
Hello. Is that your cologne Dave is smelling? Do you like to smell good? I also like to smell my best.
You want to switch over and try a sear?
Yeah.
Apologize. Fire.
Where was there a fire? Gonna switch over to sear here and see if any images will come through. Turn down the volume so it doesn't scare the life out of you. Try and use this just like you were using the other thing, but this one will show us pictures, so you can show us something important about you or your life. And anytime you want to switch on the camera, you let me know.
I'm good.
Okay. Last time we were here, when we were in this area, someone kept talking about a girl that drowned. Is that true?
Actually, here, I will switch you.
Okay.
Hi, guys. Thank you for watching. Can you make a sound in the area you would like us to go to come talk to you? We've got a bunch of people sitting around
In the woods?
in the woods. Don't think that's relevant to the Pinelawn Manor here, but
No, I mean, although, if they were listening carefully to Jason whenever he was giving his interview, he did say that there were a lot of people that snuck out into the woods from Pinelawn.
that is true.
But, again, you can't find relevance from just a picture of people in the woods and try and connect it to that and say that that's a message. Where at? What was that?
Who is that? Yes, guys. We put these on just in case something would come through. And it may make sense, but we're not saying that everything that comes through here is paranormal.
Right.
That would be absolutely silly.
It would be silly.
Look at those bells right there. Right above, or right underneath door 58. It'd be really cool if when we walk down this hallway here, somebody could ring those bells. Here, I'll show you where they are. We're going to walk down the hallway here, and I would love to hear you ring those bells.
And you know what they say? Every time a bell rings, a paranormal investigator gets their wings.
Very strange photo. It, again, has nothing to do with here, but it's just kind of creepy.
Oh gosh. Yeah, that is very creepy. Let me see here. I know I can put it up on the screen, but looks like a older brother not too happy that he's got a little brother.
Go ahead and ring those bells.
Is that a whistle? Or was that a car?
I did hear the car, did not hear the whistle, so I'm not sure.
Okay. Could have just been the acoustics of where I'm standing caused a whistling sound from the car outside.
Ed?
What was that? That sounded like a voice.
Ed, was that you? Was her name Susie Q? Susie Q? Can you ring those bells? It's like every time we start to walk away, we're hearing stuff behind us.
Right.
And something else, guys, that Jason mentioned earlier that either I had no recollection or no knowledge of or no recollection of was that this used to be a hotel or a motel as well. So prior to it being what it was most recently used for, it's hard to tell what happened in these rooms when it was a hotel motel.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy things happen.
Yes.
We've got a very eerie looking man with white hair.
Ooh. Yeah, he's definitely creepy looking.
Mm-hmm.
See, he's got something in his hand too. Is that like a piece of popcorn?
They're like calcified bone spurs, it looks like. Hey, Leroy, are you in there? Can you knock like this? We'd love to come in and visit with you if you're home. Did you hear that?
Mm-mm.
I just heard it. I heard a man's voice come from in here.
Let's go in.
Man, I hope the mics pick that up. Leroy, was that you? I mean, don't want to show personal photos, but there are a couple photos here on the floor. I wonder if any of those were Leroy.
I don't know, maybe.
Leroy, I see about 10,000 puzzle pieces on the ground here. Did you like puzzles? If you did, can you make a knocking sound?
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just saying, I know I heard a voice come from in here.
Well, Leroy, I'm going to do a little experiment. I'm going to turn this on, and I'm going to set it down in the room, and I'm going to give you like 20 seconds to say something or give us a message so we know that you're here. Rolling Leroy room Pinelawn, placing on the floor. All right, I'm backing up away. Go ahead, Leroy. Tell us whatever it is that you want to say to us. Ending? Let's go back out here. That was so loud. That was so loud. Hello? That was like a loud thump.
Yeah. If somebody's in the building, you're not supposed to be in here. You want to listen back?
Yeah. I can also hold the flashlight while I do it. Let me turn the volume up here.
Rolling Leroy room time lock placing on floor. Alright, I'm backing out the way. Go ahead, Leroy. Tell us whatever it is that you want to say to us. Anything?
Nothing. We'll do another one here in a second.
Yeah, maybe we could, here in a second, go into the cafeteria. Maybe someone's getting a late night snack.
That's what I'd be doing because I am starving.
Me too. Ooh, there you go, Ryan. Some seductive lips.
There you go, some lips. That is a fine shade of red, ma'am. Ooh, the candle's back on.
Oh, really?
Thank you for doing that.
Could you grab this just for 1 second, sir?
Tell you what. We have this blue box right here, which we're told by the gentleman that manufactures it that you can use the energy to either turn on your energy to turn on the green light or the red light. And by doing so, you can answer yes or no questions. Does someone want to come into the cafeteria with us and sit down for a snack? And we'll talk with this box and the silver box.
I'm going to bring the candle as well.
Okay. Watch out for that cricket.
I saw it, but I'm trying not to scream.
Okay. Why don't we play a nice game of checkers? Or some poker? All right. We're going to play a fine game here. I'm trying to find a good place for this where we can see it and also the camera can see it. That's good. We're going to play a fine game of checkers here. How about that? Whoever's watched that is, you can grab it. Dave's trying to catch her. Whoa. Grab it. Keep grabbing it.
Also, the watch is not functioning, so.
No, the battery's no longer in it. Don't believe the metal would be magnetic enough to set that off.
No, but just in case.
Rolling EVP session. Setting down right here. Is that your watch?
What was your favorite meal?
If you like cards, what was your favorite card game? And also, feel free to move those cards. Ending. Who is that?
Also, just for the record, I know it looks like I probably have something in my hands making that go on and off, but I promise I don't. We don't do that on this channel.
Gonna listen
That
back?
was a loud sound.
That was.
Rolling 80 seconds. Is that your watch?
It's the noise that we heard.
What was your favorite meal? If you like cards, what was your favorite card game? And also, feel free to move those cards.
What was that?
Also, feel free to move those cards.
Was that one of us moving?
I know at one point I went like that, but I don't know.
There was the sound. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, we'll have to cross-reference that and see if that is actually what we heard on here, if it was one of us moving or if it was possibly something else.
If you like cards, what was your favorite card game? And also, feel free to move those cards.
You never know until you review the footage, which is why we always recommend that if you do an EVP session, record yourself doing it on video so you can go back and compare the audio with the video, and then you'll know. There's no doubt as to whether someone moved or whether someone didn't move.
That's right. It's always best to double and triple check yourselves. That way that you're putting credible, documented paranormal evidence out into the world.
I tell you what, though, it's getting kind of dark in here. I wish someone would come and light this candle for us.
I know. Getting a little chilly, too. Could use the warmth.
Yes, your microphone's recording.
Okay. Guys, we've been having issues with one of these mics dying, so I was just checking to make sure it was still rolling. If you're too afraid to come close, right over there on that other dining table, there's a big bright red light right in the middle of the table. Can you try and touch that? Thank you.
Thank you.
It's much warmer now.
I know. I can finally feel my fingers again.
Also very odd how nothing has come through the seer.
Nothing. Since we walked in here, nothing has come through the seer. And as far as I've seen, the epoch hasn't reacted at all either.
That is not very epic.
It isn't. Unless I missed it. So don't hold that against me if you saw that.
Was that you?
I was back in that corner by the TV.
You trying to watch TV? If you want us to turn it on, can you touch that red light over there? We'll turn it on.
Ooh, yes. Epoch just lit up yes. Looks like a theater of some kind. So you want us to turn on the TV, huh? Well, I tell you what. I'll try. I don't think it works, my friend. You okay?
I was going to plug in the TV.
Oh.
But,
Why not?
I'm not touching it.
It's now down here by me.
Oh, wait. There's no electric at Pinelawn. What am I doing?
We can give it a try. Nope, still no electric.
I put myself through all that fear for nothing.
It's never for nothing. Oh, the candle's off again.
Oh, yeah.
And it's not like there's anything electrical with that table, guys.
No, it's just simple wood. Nothing elaborate. Just... And there's no electric in here, you guys. Does anybody want to play bingo? I see the bingo board right over here. If you want to play bingo, can you make the candle light up again by just trying to pick it up? Maybe we could play a game of bingo.
That was me. Moving my hand in front of the light. It's checking the time. I had to switch hands on the camera here.
Okay.
Do you want to walk down to the, what do they call it, the sensory deprivation room?
Yeah, let's go down there. Maybe we could bring the REM pod down with us.
Yeah, we can bring all of it down with us.
That's me.
Turning off the epoch. Turning off the candle. There it is, guys. Shows you right there. Look at that. The Pinelawn board is still sitting here. You are in Sumner. Your next meal is supper. The season is summer. The weather is sunny.
We're coming down.
That board is still here from when it shut down, guys.
We got a Sasquatch. Maybe I'll turn Seer off for right now.
Don't forget that if Sasquatch is here, we'd love to see you. It's creepy. With the beds and everything.
Yeah, it is. It's really kind of sad.
It is.
Trying to remember where that room is.
Isn't it back here?
I think it's right here.
Oh, it's right here. That's right.
Now, what was this?
Sensory deprivation.
But why?
To deprive senses.
But why?
I guess it was some sort of treatment for like calming them down.
Oh,
Like sense if you're overloaded sensory, if you're going into sensory overload,
yeah.
you're gonna feel like you're freaking out.
That's like every day of my life. Maybe I need this room.
We'll get you a sensory deprivation tank.
I'm here for some sensory deprivation treatment.
And plus the board is still exactly all the names of the patients, I believe, right?
I believe so.
So every single one of these on the board is the room. It's the designated room for each patient. Turning on the candle. Setting the candle down. You know, the last couple of nights have been the full moon. The full moon of September. This is Jason's prime marble throwing time. And we're not asking you to perform, but if it's something that you love to do and that you do often, we want to share that with you.
Was that you that just made that sound? Who is that? You want to come out and talk to us?
lot of noises around us, and again, we can't say that anything about this is paranormal. It's an old building and there's animals.
Right.
We're just hoping that one of these sounds leads to a marble. Or a coin or something.
Can you do this? So is this like the more medical side of Pinelawn? Where they would do treatments and stuff, and the other side was like patient rooms, or?
There's patient rooms down here too.
Oh, okay.
I think this is just the designated room for it. Last time we were here, we caught a picture through the device we were running on that showed a Sasquatch. We got a picture of an old man last time.
Generating? Oh, already? Oh, wow. We've got a very elderly man with a mustache.
A wise man, I should say. Not old. A wise and experienced man. You're supposed to be working on that.
True. Look at that candle right there on that chair. If the sensory deprivation room here helped you, can you make that candle go off by trying to touch it so we know?
Now, one thing he did say is that when you shut the lights off, they tend to like it.
Okay.
So let me go ahead. I'm going to shut this light off. Okay. How about that? You like that? Is that better?
See that candle there? Can you try and blow that candle out or push it over or something? Just so we know you're here.
Scared me.
Sorry.
I was not expecting you to turn the light back on.
Boo.
Well, what do you think?
I don't know.
We've wandered around Pinelawn. It's been an hour. And we have to go over and collect abandonment and investigate over in the Sumner Care Center.
Yes.
So we have a full investigation to do over there tonight.
Uh-huh.
And that means, if you guys haven't seen that episode, that means you haven't been paying attention to what we're uploading. Or it hasn't come out yet. One of those two statements is true. Which one is up to you and us and the universe.
That's right. Guys, if you like this video, make sure you hit the thumbs up button and leave a comment down below that says, "Let's eat prawn at Pinelawn." That's all I can think of. I don't know.
I could go for some prawn right now. I'm so hungry. Make sure you smash that like button. Make sure if you're new here, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you in the next adventure on the next episode of Our Paranormal Quest. We're going over to the care center. Let's go investigate.
Let's go.
Bye.
Bye.